Hey, folks on YouTube, it is Cut, and this is Cut Time. So, today I finished watching SmackDown. And now, with SmackDown, I do not watch SmackDown live. I don't watch any wrestling show live because I just don't. I have to skip through the commercials and the entrances and stuff that just prolongs the show. I'm just not a fan of it. And just speaking of SmackDown, so Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, they had the contract signing, and so I was watching that. Like I said, I finished watching SmackDown today, and Cody Rhodes is taking forever. It took him forever to come out of to come out to the ring. His entrance, it just took way too long. And for most of the show, like every other, all the other wrestlers, the entrances, they were just so long for no reason. I'm like, what is going on? So we have, Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton in the ring. Cody Rhodes, he says, how he started and how, he always wanted to be like Randy Orton, and have the championship one day and main event WrestleMania. And Orton, Cody Rhodes signed the contract. And then Randy Orton, he was thinking, contemplating and all that kind of stuff. And then he finally signed the contract. And then I'm thinking, are they going to end like this, or they have to give us something because they really prolong those entrances. They have to give us something. And then Randy Orton, he betrayed Cody Rhodes. He attacked him, and he really gave Cody Rhodes a beating. He made him bleed, and I like the fact that he made him bleed. It meant something more. That there was blood. He threw Cody Rhodes out of the ring, hit him with the steel steps a few times, and then he came back with the chair and then hit Cody Rhodes. He put Cody Rhodes between the steel step or whatever, and he hit the steel step with a chair. And Randy Orton, that's the Randy Orton that I want to see. So I'm really glad that they did something to move this storyline along because, like I said in the previous video from last week, I wasn't really crazy about seeing Randy versus Orton. And the reason why is because of how we got to this place. How they just took the title off of Drew. I wasn't crazy about this, crazy about that. But I just, I'm curious about how they're gonna, follow up because I thought that was really good and that needed to happen. Also, the other thing that was good on SmackDown, it was the tag team match with trying to think of his name, Damian Priest and R-Truth versus Humberto and Angel. I'm glad that they're showing Humberto and Angel, that they got those guys on the show because I feel like those guys are just really good and they haven't been utilized. So it was a really good match. It was a great tag team match, and R-Truth and Priest, they won that match. And then also the other good match that was on SmackDown, it was Jacob Fatu versus Trick Williams. I really like that match. Those guys, those guys are going to be stars. Trick Williams won. Drew McIntyre interfered. And it seems like, I guess, at WrestleMania, we're going to have Drew versus Jacob Fatu. And Rhea Ripley and like Jade had a match versus Michin. I mean, I wasn't crazy about that, but it was okay. And then she was pretty much after the match, she said that she's gonna beat Rhea Ripley and that she's on top. And then Rhea Ripley comes out, and Jade walked away. So that was really interesting. Everything else, like the other things on SmackDown, I wasn't crazy about. Jelly Roll came out. He had a segment with the Miz and I think the Wyatt what was it, the Wyatt Six in the Wyatt Six versus My Family Tree. I think, yeah, did they have, I think they had a match. I believe they had a match. I can't even remember. Yeah, that was just, I had to just fast forward through that. It just, yeah, I'm over the Wyatt Six versus the My Family Tree. That is just the storyline, the program is just so boring, and I could care. I don't care about it. And then also there was a tag team match with Nia Jax and Lash Legend versus Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss, what are they called? The Bella Twins. They came out. That was, yeah, there was interference, disqualification, pretty much. But yeah, I wasn't really crazy about that. And I feel like with SmackDown now that is back 3 hours, we don't. There's so the content that we're getting is not 3 hours. It's like the show is really 1 hour. It like the content that we're receiving is maybe like pretty much 1 hour and 30 minutes of content. It might even be maybe 1 hour and 15 minutes, because with SmackDown the show drags because you'll have a wrestler come out, right? And then there's a long, they'll come out, they'll say something probably, and then the commercial, and then you see a backstage whatever segment, and then the other person comes out, and then they'll fight for 2 minutes, and then the commercial, and then also how the show started. I believe it started with Drew McIntyre. He came out. He was saying how he's quitting. He's over. He's sick and tired of being screwed. He told the general manager he's done. And then the Wyatt Six, they came out, their entrance, and then there was a commercial break, and then there was something, a backstage segment, and then we come back. I believe the other guys came out. My Family Tree. I could maybe have that in the wrong order, and they were like in the ring for like maybe 8 minutes in the ring, just waiting because of the commercial, and then the backstage segment. So I don't get it. It just seems like they have all this time, but they're not utilizing the time properly. It should be in a effective way. It's just like, I don't know. I just don't get it. The format, they need to change it, because I remember back in the day when I was younger, I always watched wrestling live. Even just growing up, just when I was a teenager, even when I could, record it on a VHS, I always had to watch it live. But now, like the last couple of years, I'm like, okay, let me just record this, DVR this, and then I could just fast forward through things I don't want to see, and through these stupid commercials and all the other nonsense. So I really hope they change the format. But this 3 hour SmackDown being 3 hours, it's to me, it's not working. I'm just seeing a lot of laziness, and they need to clean it up, and they need to do it quick. Please take care and have a good one.